Hello and welcome to the Unofficial Controller Podcast, Episode 0, The Pilot Menace. Your weekly gaming podcast discussing all the latest news, gossip and upcoming releases, while also taking time to deep dive on older games or the industry as a whole. Now on to the show with me, George, and my esteemed co-host, Tom. Tom, how are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fantastic, thank you. So, here we are, Podcast 0. Everyone's sat there, bated breath. What the hell is this Unofficial Controller Podcast all about? What are they looking to expect weekly? We've talked about the news.
So, our basic running order is going to be the introduction, as you've just heard. The first bit is going to be mainly what we've been playing for the week that we've just gone through.
Okay, so any game, any console, whatever was taking our fancy.
Whatever we've been really putting the hours into, or less hours if we've not had much time that week.
Nice.
After that, we're going to have news and opinions, sort of what we think about what news we've heard of that week. Or
so as everyday gamers, we've gone out there on our phones, seen our board in our weekday, and we've gone, that sounds interesting, let's tell them about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've ferreted around the corners of the dark web.
We have. We will take anything, guys. We like rumours. We like completely things that need to be taken with a lorry load of salt.
On that note, if the listeners out there want to get in contact with us, how would they do that?
So you can find us on social media, on Instagram and Twitter at Unofficial Controller
Podcast.
Podcast, yeah. And then if you've got any questions, you can email them at questions@unofficialcontrollerpodcast.com.
Brilliant. Okay.
And we want to hear from you, because without them asking us any questions, we're going to struggle.
Well, there is no content, there is no show. So in a way, it's the mantra's thrown down, the towel's down there. You guys, you can sculpt this show into anything you want it to be. On the social media, a like, a dislike, any interaction right now, we're like beggars in the street. We'll take anything. We'll take flaming hate mail, whatever it takes. We'll wheel it out, because it means
trolls come out from under your bridge. We'll take anything you got.
Any interaction right now, when you're on your own and you're lonely out here in the world of the podcast, you know that you need anything.
Getting back on topic. So after the questions on the running order, we're going to have some hidden gems, which is titles we think have probably been overlooked over the years, that we've probably played ourselves, and maybe they've been passed because of having sort of a medium review score, or they've come out the same
dreaded
week.
Mediocre 6 of Justice. I'm not playing that.
Yeah, those sorts of things.
And that's the what we'd call the meat in the middle of the sandwich. This is the feature section, which is going to be the aforementioned reader questions, the hidden gems, or the retrospectives, where we're going to do a real deep dive on a title, developer story.
Yeah.
As much as we can find, we're going to bring to the table.
And hopefully persuade some of you out there to give those titles a go and some of the attention they deserve.
So the question is, Tom, we are just two normal guys who've grown up with consoles and video gaming and PCs and all that good stuff, and we decided we're going to sit down and we're going to take the time to do a podcast. Yeah. My first ever machine was a Pong clone. Tom?
Mega Drive 1, 16-bit.
Wow. So we've been there, 8-bit, 16, 32, 64, 128. Who knows what's after that?
Well, so that was 8-bit.
That's 8-bit.
It was. Yeah.
The whole journey. You've rode that
for the whole 5 minutes the batteries lasted.
There you go, Master System in your pocket. So after that feature section, we're going to slip into what we call Stingray's Boot, which is AKA what we think are notable releases, games that we think you should play. Tom, why the hell is this called Stingray's Boot?
Well, it's called Stingray's Boot because years ago, back in the days of probably the Mega Drive, probably a bit before even, there used to be a chap who came round our way, round all the villages, delivering what we'd probably call recorded movies that he has probably recorded himself onto VHS, which for all you youngsters out there is just a videotape.
Tell me what else he sold.
Bizarrely, he also stocked nappies, which my mum and dad would probably buy.
Counterfeit nappies as well.
Yeah, counterfeit nappies.
So you love your child that much, you're going to wrap its backside in sort of
But you're also getting the Battle for Endor video at the same time, so it's a winner for both children. Nappies for the youngest, entertainment for the eldest.
Do you think he had older titles in there? One can only shudder at the thought.
He definitely had some of those under the front seat.
I remember Stingray. I got myself a very interesting copy of Star Trek: The Next Generation. That was it was a new experience to me.
They had like photocopied covers as well. The whole shebang.
The real deal, aka Stingray's boot. And I think we thought that if we can one day get some budget together, when we do Stingray's boot, we're going to have the sound of an opening boot and the roar of a Nissan Bluebird engine in the background.
As he rocks up.
And then from there, we go into the section that we're going to call signing off and what we hope to play. So that'll be us saying our goodbyes and thanks for listening and all that sort of stuff, and then give you an insight into what the week ahead holds for us, the games we're hoping to play and interact with, and then hopefully feedback to you the following week. And from there, I would say that's all we've got time for this time. And as always, thank you for your time. We look forward to the pleasure of speaking to you again next week. Until then, happy gaming. Remember, there's nothing wrong with being given the unofficial controller. It's what you do with it that counts.
Take care. Cheers.
Take care.